青コーナー183センチ、92.9 キロ。ユン
Dong Sik Yoon is 33, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, 0-2 in Pride Fighting.
赤コーナー185センチ、92.8 キロ。Quinton
Quinton Rampage Jackson is 27, 6'1", 205 pounds, 11-5 in Pride. And boss, the great crowd on hand here at the Saitama Super Arena, literally howling their support for Quinton Jackson.
Yes, he's definitely a crowd favorite. And if you look at Yoon Dong-sik, he's got both his knees taped, and with Kazushi Sakuraba in his corner, it looks like he almost gave the bandages to him, because normally he's the one, this person right here, who's got everything taped.
Dong Sik Yoon says since he's a judoka, he wants to show the fans a throw. And I mean, talk about pressure. He's fading one of the top male weights in the sport in Quinton Rampage Jackson. He says he will not go back to South Korea, his home, until he wins in Pride Fighting Championships, and right away into the Greco-Roman clinch and a knee by Dong Sik Yoon. Working from a tight mount there, but against the ropes.
Yep, it's very difficult for Quinton to escape here. He cannot buck him off. Look at those punches. He just got to stand up now. Here we go.
There it goes.
Oh.
Didn't really get all of that, but does come into side control now.
Yeah, almost. His leg, let me see. Yeah, it's still caught there in the half guard. But my guess is he's going to pull out that leg out very fast.
It's open guard. He should maneuver himself into a better position here and maybe try to attempt a mount now on Dong Sik Yoon, who probably surprised a few people with the early moments of this matchup.
Yep, and that's me included. Yeah, this is
not a lot of action going on.
It's very difficult also for Dong Sik Yoon here to reverse Quinton, because Quinton's got a good base. He can try to go for a sweep, but then he has to open his guard. And once he opens his guard, maybe Quinton's going to jump out.
He's busy with some strikes here. Oh, he's going for armbar here.
Yep.
Yoon from the bottom.
I told you he had a high guard. But Quinton, he's going to pick him up, and he's going to slam him down.
We saw that against Ricardo Arona, where he had the strength. You could see the fans. The fans are building in anticipation. He has him up, boss.
Yep,
but he's in danger here.
He's holding the leg, so he cannot slam him. Whoa, this could be trouble for Quinton Jackson.
And going for the slam, boss. He compromised himself.
Here we go.
Oh, but he glanced on his feet momentarily, and Dong Sik Yoon, for the most part, survives disaster.
You know what he did? Dong Sik Yoon did a very smart thing. Position before submission. Unlike Ricardo Arona, you remember when he got him in that triangle choke, he lifted it up. He should have let its legs go. This is very smart, what Dong Sik Yoon just did.
Already impressing many people, Dong Sik Yoon improving exponentially. Went for an armbar, attempted a Kimura there, but it continues to be Quinton Jackson methodically. There's a nice knee, and here's some vintage Jackson.
Yep. I gotta tell you though.
Oh, and there's what he pulled out against Hirataki Yokoi. A page out of the Brazilian playbook, boss.
Whoa, nice shots. Everything is on the button. I've gotta tell you, Dong Sik Yoon was right. He improved dramatically since his last fight. Lots of respect. Quinton needs to pull his arms out and needs to finish this round strong, while Dong Sik Yoon is going to try, he has to try at least to go for a sweep. Maybe he's going to get a reversal. It's going to count later on with the judges.
I'll throw this out there for you, boss. Quinton Jackson tried a couple of slams, was able to execute them, but not in textbook fashion. Does that have any impact on him psychologically, knowing that this guy is giving him a fight that way, or does he just brush it off and continue to go to work, knowing that that's his bread and butter, and he wants to put on a show for these fans here at the Saitama Super Arena?
Yeah, you know, normally Quinton in this position, he would pick him up and slam him down, but like Dong Sik Yoon did, he was grabbing his legs right away, so he could not lift him up, so he's not even trying right now. So yes, it could be a play factor.
Final seconds of round number 1. And a rather surprising opening 10 minutes. A lot of people didn't give Dong Sik Yoon much of a chance. He survived the opening round, makes his way back to the corner where he will receive advice from the one and only Kazushi Sakuraba. He wasn't exactly aggressively defending from the bottom, but how do you see that opening 10 minutes then, boss? What was the story for you coming out of the first round between Jackson and Dong Sik Yoon as we revisit the action?
Yeah, okay, now here we see Dong Sik Yoon going, wailing away. Now Jackson goes for the slam, but like you said, didn't really have the effect that it normally has. Dong Sik Yoon sitting here on top, but those punches, yes, this is a replay. He's going to get the slam again, but again, yep, we didn't see the finish. Although I think that Quinton pulled this round off because he was the aggressor. But look at this armbar here.
But yes,
beautiful, and how fast did it go?
The effort to finish the fight by submission or knockout, the first area of concern when you take a look at the judging criteria in Pride Fighting, and we saw Dong Sik Yoon go for the armbar from the bottom and also attempt a Kimura, but you're right. I mean, Jackson controlled the fight from the top, but did not aggressively try to improve his position. You say he was comfortable where he was, but again, it's the effort to finish the fight, boss. This is a fight. This is here to entertain the fans, and that's what Jackson is all about.
And look there, picked him up, and Dong Sik Yoon just opened his legs, and he says, no, thank you, I do not want to get slammed. Now, this is why I think maybe that he won this round. He got the few slams, and he's got the few stomps, and those were aggressive, and that's something that counts in the judges' books.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, obviously, this flurry of activity definitely weighing in Jackson. Boss Road El Wapo back on the scene here at Pride 31, and they resume action now between Dong Sik Yoon and Quinton Rampage Jackson, who's just squaring up there. Needs to come in from angles there, messing with that shot to the body.
That's what he should do. Nice body shots here. Whoa,
and a knee right up the middle.
Oh, and another knee. See, now this is Jackson fighting his style.
And
good
yet,
throw.
Look at the aggressive Dong Sik Yoon, and now the fans begin to cheer. The knees to the head by Quinton Rampage Jackson.
On the button. Dong Sik Yoon can take a shot here.
Very
Look at
tough.
this.
Another one. And I thought that was going to send him to the canvas.
If Quinton cannot finish it right here now, what is this going to do to him?
For his
because he
conditioning.
spent a lot of energy here.
You're right, expending a lot of energy. And boss, Dong Sik Yoon has once again neutralized Rampage Jackson in the corner, surviving that onslaught. And now looking for the takedown. Good balance by Jackson.
Very good balance.
And we are into the final minute of round number 2. What has been a very interesting battle between Quinton Rampage Jackson and Dong Sik Yoon. Again, heading into the fight, Dong Sik Yoon publicly said, I know I'm the underdog, but I'm here to surprise the world, and thus far,
he did.
Doing a great job of that.
Oh, yes, he did for sure. I wonder what they feed him there in Sakuraba and Takada's dojo.
Back into the closed guard. Jackson again busy working from the body to the head, but again, not very aggressive with the strikes. And boss, you've been in there, you're a former champion. I just don't see an aggressive, intense Quinton Rampage Jackson right now. Do you see the same thing, or what's happening here?
I'm seeing exactly the same thing, but do understand that about 30 seconds ago, he spent a lot of energy. So right now, he's probably taking a deep breath, and he thinks, you know what, there's 30 seconds left in the round. Maybe I just take my breath here and then go and try to go for the kill in round number 3.
Riding it out, because again, it has been Jackson's fight from the offensive standpoint, but it's almost at times like Dong Sik Yoon's defense and his spurts of action overshadowing what's happening.
Yeah, Dong Sik Yoon definitely should try to do something here because he's holding, and once he's holding, that's not good for the refs. He really has to try to open the guard and at least go for that sweep. Yep, too late.
And round number 2, and we have gone 15 minutes already. And again, I think that's about 14 minutes longer than a lot of people thought Dong Sik Yoon was going to survive against the likes of Quinton Rampage Jackson. Having said that, they put the ice pack on him. Still looking pretty good in the corner there. Sakuraba working on him, and let's revisit the action, Buzzito.
Yep, here we go with the knees. Double knee, 1 and 2. See, there we go. And now he starts slugging. Another knee, and now he starts hitting him, and he's going for the head. He will need some knee strikes to the head too. There's an uppercut that he nearly missed. Left hook to the head, right straight to the body. That was good. But I gotta tell you, Quinton looks a little, to me, wobblish on his feet. When I saw him walking back to his corner now, after this fight ended, while we were looking here at the replay, he wobbled a little back on his feet.
Nice body shot and uppercut, yeah.
He spent a lot of energy in that round. Is it going to take its toll in round number 3?
You know,
Look at those knees.
you can color me impressed in terms of Dong Sik Yoon's ability, as you mentioned, boss, to take a shot. I mean, if anything, he does possess an indomitable spirit thus far, plenty of heart, and talk about a guy who has improved exponentially in a very short period of time.
Look at those knees. Look at those knees. And again,
And look who's standing.
It's just unbelievable. And again, going there for double leg. What is Quinton doing? Oh,
Gets the
got
takedown and full mount. Quinton trying to wing block, but now
He should buck
look
up.
at the ground and pound of Dong Sik Yoon. At this stage of the fight, though, boss, as we mentioned, does Rampage have the conditioning now to buck up? Does he have the strength?
Bucking up, you can always do.
But
Now
does-
it's going to be more difficult here in the corner, so that's what probably, if the Dong Sik Young is not going to do anything, they're going to restart
Yep.
it in the center of the ring.
And
This
that's
is
probably
a
what
weird
Jackson is
position.
cognizant of. I think Rampage knows that if I just stay like this, the referee will. But then now
But
he's
he
being
shouldn't.
tagged again with strikes.
The clock is ticking. He shouldn't do it.
We're midway through the final round, and now it's Dong Sik Yoon in offensive position. And yes, that's right. They're going to restart this fight. And boss, an interesting turn of events here between Dong Sik Yoon and Quinton Rampage Jackson, and they will restart in the center of the ring. And boss, Dong Sik Yoon really impressing everyone with the way he has advanced in such a short period of time.
Yes, I'm blown away. Really, I'm really blown away. And what he's doing now, the double underhook, he's closing his feet. He's actually crossing his feet. This is going to be very difficult for Quinton to get him off. Less than 2 minutes. Dong Sik Young's got to create distance, cross-facing, and then go for strikes. Quinton needs to escape this position. He needs to.
You know the storyline as well that Quinton
Bucking.
Rampage Jackson lost his Pride debut to Kazushi Sakuraba via rear naked
That's-
choke at Pride 15. There's a sweep by Jackson. I was going to say that maybe Sakuraba able to impart some wisdom to Dong Sik Yoon in the habits, if you will, the idiosyncrasies of Rampage Jackson's fight game.
Yep, I saw Sakuraba here sitting across me, and at the moment he got turned, he put both hands over his head. He goes, no! But then in Japanese, of course.
Now Jackson working from the closed guard of Dong Sik Yoon.
1
Does
minute,
he
15
not
seconds.
need to make a statement here, boss, heading into the final minute?
He needs to. He needs
I
to
mean-
throw out everything he has.
He may very well be winning the fight according to what the judges see. But again, Quinton Rampage Jackson, all about entertaining the fans, all about putting on a show. And here's the opportunity now, heading into the final 60 seconds.
Dong Sik Young is locking up that arm. Oh no, not now. You see, he's still looking for submissions.
And he is known for a very good triangle choke and armbar. Is Dong Sik Yoon working with the likes of MMA royalty, Kazushi Sakuraba,
Here we
Takada
go.
Dojo, Matt the Wizard Hume.
He's got such a high guard. You're expecting any time a submission attempt. And we got 30 seconds left. Look, here
And
we go
there he
again.
is
Here we
again,
go
Mark.
again. The armbar.
Going for that armbar close to the ropes, but now Jackson
Side mount. He should start unloading now if he gets it.
finally moves into side control. Prospect, there's a knee to the head, another knee to the head, there's a strike, and now Jackson, with 15 seconds left, trying to finish this fight.
He needs to. He has to throw everything out that he has, but Dong Sik Young has him back in half guard. 5 seconds. What can happen? Wow.
This fight is going to the judges' scorecards, boss, and I know Dong Sik Yoon is a professional fighter as the two fighters embrace, but you can't tell me that this was not a moral victory for the Korean judoka just to go the distance with a guy who not too long ago was vying for the Pride World Middleweight Championship.
Yeah, I'm repeating myself nonstop. I'm blown away. I'm blown away with the progress that he made. And I'm telling you, if he keeps going like this, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, especially in this weight division.
You know, bosses, let's take a look at the replay. And while we do, boss, comment on what you're seeing, but also comment on the judges' criteria here and how do you break this down? Go ahead.
Okay, effort to finish the fight. Whoa, what would you think?
We had
Both
some
of them.
submission attempts, and you're
Yeah.
right, some ground and pound and some striking from Quinton.
So KO and submissions, both vice versa, back and forward. Damage your opponent. Now I would say may be Quinton, but look at this here. He's got the high mount, so it could be also
very close.
Dong Sik Yoon. Everything is going to be very close. And again, I repeat
Standing
myself.
combinations, ground control, takedown, defense, aggressiveness. Well, thankfully, boss,
We are not
other
judges.
people get paid to do this job. Let's find out who wins this fight. Jackson.
Judge Ohashi. Jackson. Judge Kobayashi.
Jackson will pull out a unanimous decision victory. But again, in mixed martial arts, I think this is one of those times where the loser ends up with just as much as the winner, because Dong Sik Yoon is very, very improved.
Yeah, you can see even Quinton, I bet you that was the first thing that he said to him. He wasn't smiling, he wasn't happy with his performance. He walked to him, he gave him that smile and a talk, and I bet you that he said, man, you are a tough guy.
You're not obviously in Quinton Jackson's mind, although sometimes I wonder. But seriously, boss, coming from your experience, coming from, you know, your vantage point, what is your assessment of Jackson's performance tonight, and how does it measure up to his performance? Like, how do you score this?
Styles make matches. You said it in the beginning of the fight, and I truly believe that this was one of those things. Quinton didn't look sharp on his feet, though, I have to tell you. His striking wasn't like it normally was. It was a little slow. He only threw a jab, and then he looked for the clinch. Dong Sik Yoon, he actually went for the 1-2, and he tagged him in the beginning with that right straight. So his striking was actually good. Once Jackson went to the body, and then he went to the head, and he started throwing those knees, that's what probably gave him the victory here.